All right, welcome back. So this is going to be our final quiz of the quarter, and it is going to, these are the questions you're going to see. And I do have it as a quiz. You can't just submit this piece of paper, but I'm giving you the questions ahead of time. So what you're going to do is on the quiz, you're going to have name of eco tour, which means you have to go online and you have to find an eco tour company. You're going to provide the web address as well. Now, below that, you're going to have to answer some questions. First, you're going to be answering things on a scale, what's called a Likert scale, which is where you're on this scale of 1 to 5. 1 means not at all, 5 means a lot. So, are they focused on low impact visitor behavior? Well, once you've found your eco tour, you're going to go all over their website, look at reviews, learn. You're going to have to answer this question. Do you believe they focus on low impact visitor behavior? If yes, if completely it's all they're dedicated to, you're going to mark 5. If you don't believe that they're doing anything at all, 1. And then you're going to have to either share screenshots or explain in depth, maybe even take some quotes from what they're doing and explain why. What I'm going to ask you to do, though, is not just say, are they saying they're sustainable? If they say, we have this certification that says we're sustainable, well, you need to look at that certification. If they say that they're focused on whatever it is, low impact trails, that doesn't mean the entire organization is focused on low impact visitor behavior. Visitor behavior is what are the tourists doing when they get there to be sustainable? And we're not only talking about obviously the environment, we're talking about actual sustainability. On to the question number 2. Sensitivity towards an appreciation of local cultures and biodiversity. So we're looking at the societies and cultures on one side, and we're looking at biodiversity, which is how the societies and cultures are going to be affecting or working with the biodiversities. We've covered that enough this quarter. I don't need to explain it any further. Same thing with why. Don't just tell me, oh, on the website they said they're sustainable. I mean, that is the worst thing you could do. That's a straight F. I'll give you a very low percentage on that. You need to say why, and are they greenwashing? You need to use a critical lens, a critical thinking, and apply it. Don't just say, oh, they said so, or oh, they have this certification, because I'll go look up the certification if I don't know it, and I will check whether or not that certification is remotely real. Support for local conservation efforts. So now you have to say, are they not just are they being are they looking at things from the environment and the biodiversity? Are they looking at it from the socio-cultural lens? What are they doing, teaching, and forcing their visitors to do, or leading their visitors to do is better. But now we're looking at, are they involved in the community? Beyond tourism, beyond money, are they a part of the local conservation efforts? It's not ecotourism if they're not. Sustainable benefits to local communities. So now it's not just like the last question where are they a part of conservation in the community in some way, but now is that conservation sustainable, long-term benefits for the local community? This is going to be things like education or experiences that the local community is getting that they wouldn't otherwise have. Ecotourism and sustainable tourism require participation by locals in decision making. So how are the locals' voices coming out? Finally, what is the education like? Because if there's not a component of education for the traveler and the local communities, then it's not ecotourism. Don't just go to the website of the local of this eco tour that you find. You need to figure out what certifications they have, and if they don't have any, that's a big problem. You need to figure out what organizations are saying online about working with them. Find trustworthy associations, trustworthy organizations. maybe even figure out if they've ever been mentioned in anything that's more academic, where in academia, we don't really care about the money side. We're just saying, are they or aren't they sustainable or an ecotourism or conscientious? Don't just give me the web address, the ecotourism company, and say, oh, they're sustainable because they said so. That's the biggest mistake you can make on this assignment. So once you fill out this piece of paper, and remember the why is only 3 lines long here. I expect more than 3 lines for most of these. I expect 1 to 2 paragraphs for a lot of these. And once you do that, fill this out, then you'll be able to go into the quiz, which doesn't even have a time limit. So I guess you could go back and reopen it multiple times and just not click submit. But when you're prepared, you already know what the questions are. It's on this sheet. You'll be able to go in and submit, and hopefully you do it all correctly. Really what I'm looking for here is, do you understand sustainability? Do you understand the application of sustainability, which is ecotourism is the easiest one to do? And then do you understand how to operationalize these things? Not just big ideas, but are you able to operationalize it, make it real, make it come to life? If you're able to do those things, that's awesome. And that's what we're going to be looking for here today.